Hi students, today we are discussing chapter number 2, the Constitutions of India 6th Standards English Medium as per new syllabus question and answers. Disclaimer: as per new syllabus 2026 Civics Maharashtra Board, kindly type in YouTube search at the rate of Ishwarya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe the channel. 6th Standard English Medium Civic Chapter number 2 Question and Answers. Kindly type in YouTube search at the rate of Ishwarya Vijay Kumar for getting my YouTube channels, improving spoken English for children, interview goers and college students. Civics Chapter number 2 The Constitutions of India. The Constitutions of India. Samantha, do you know that Independence Day and Republic Day are our national festivals? Amen. Yes. On Independence Day, that is 15th August, and on Republic Day, that is 26th January, flag hoisting ceremonies takes place at our school, and various other programs are also held. What are the atmosphere of joy and enthusiasm prevails on both these days? Mary. On 15th August 1947, our country attained independence. We were celebrated from British subjugations. Therefore, every year on 15th August, we celebrate Independence Day. Samantha. But what exactly is Republic Day? Amen. On 26th January 1950, the constitutions which India had drafted to govern the country's administrations came into force. That is why every year on 26th January we celebrate its Republic Day. Mary. But why is this days called Republic Day? What exactly is the constitutions? Who created it and why is a constitution necessary? Why was the constitution implemented specifically on 26 January 1950? The questions and curiosity regarding the Indian constitutions that arose in Mary's mind are likely present in our mind as well. So let us explore these topics through this chapter. In the previous chapters, we studied the concept of society. Laws and rules are essential to ensure that the various components of society coexist harmoniously and that everyone has equal opportunities for progress. To facilitate the functionings of society, almost every nation has created its own constitutions. The administrations of countries India is conducted in accordance with our constitutions. 2.1 Meaning, importance and need of the constitutions. Constitution is essential for the orderly administrations of any country and for the protections of its citizens' rights. The fundamental rules and provisions formulated for the governance of a country are referred to as the constitution. The primary reasons of necessity of a constitution are as follows. First one, the framework of rules and orders. The constitution serves as the supreme source of law within a country. People belongs to diverse castes, religions, and schools of thought coexist within a society. To maintain harmony among them and to determine how the country should be governed, certain fundamental rules are required. The Constitution provides this very framework of rules. Limitations on government's power. In the absence of a constitution, the government could potentially misuse its power. The Constitution clearly defines the government's power and imposes limitations upon them. Protections of citizens' rights. The Constitution grants certain fundamental rights to the citizens and ensures their protections, such as freedoms of expression, freedom of movement. Fourth one, separations of power. The Constitution divides the machinery of governance into three key components. Legislature, the body responsible for the forming laws is called the legislature. Executive, the body responsible for implementing laws is called the executive. Judiciary, the body responsible for interpreting laws and administrating justice is called the judiciary. Fifth one, protections of protections of monetary interest. Protections of minority interests. In a democracy, the majorities is respected. However, the Constitution ensures that the majority groups cannot inflict injustice upon minorities. It is responsible for the constitutions to safeguard their languages, cultures, and educational rights. Sixth one, clarifying national goals and value. Directions in which the nation is to be steered become evident through the preambles of the constitutions. For instance, the Constitution of India has adopted and goals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The Constitution is a source of India which keeps democracy alive in our country. 2.1.1 Types of constitutions. Broadly speaking, so there are two types of constitutions, written and unwritten. Written, when all the fundamental rules, laws, and principles required to govern a nation are systematically compiled into a single document or a specific set of written documents, it is termed a written constitution. Examples: India, USA. Unwritten, when the rules required to govern a nation have not been drafted collectively by a specific constitution assembled at a particular point in time, it is termed an unwritten constitution. Examples: Britain, United Kingdom. 2.2 The process of framing of Indians' constitutions. Considering Indians' vast geographical expanse, large populations, and cultural diversity, governing the country without a constitution is a difficult task. A constitution is essential for establishing the democracy systems with a country. The process of drafting a constitution. The constitution begins in 1946 once it becomes certain that our countries would attain independence. To this end, a constitution assembly was established. The leader of the freedoms movement instructed that the governance of independence India shall not be considered according to laws framed by British, but rather according to laws framed by Indians themselves. Functionings of Constitutions Assembly. The Constitutions Assembly was established for the purpose of drafting the constitutions of Independence India. The first meeting of Constitutions Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. Dr. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as interim president of the Assembly. On 11th December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as a permanent president of Constituent Assembly. B.N. Rao was appointed as a legal advisor to the Constitution Assembly. A total of 22 committees were constituted to streamline the proceedings of Constitution Assembly. Importance Committee of the Constitution Assembly. Name of the committee, head of the committee. Constitution Assembly Rules Committee, Steering Committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Drafting Committee, Dr. Babu Saheb Ambedkar. United Power Committee, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Fundamental Rights and Minorities Committee, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The drafting committee was established to prepare a draft of a constitution by collectively considering the reports submitted by this and all other committees. 2.3.1 The drafting committee. The drafting committee was the most important committee responsible for creations of the Indian constitution. The committee was established on 29th August 1947. By receiving the reports receiving from the various committees, the drafting committee prepared by a concrete draft that gave the constitution its final form. The final draft thus prepared was adopted by the Constitutional Assembly on 26 November 1949. Members of drafting committee. The drafting committee consisted of a total of 7 members including the chairman, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, chairman, Sri N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Sri Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, 4th Dr. K.M. Munshi, 5th Sri Muhammad Sadallah, 6th Sri B.L. Mittar, Sri K.N. Madhava Roy was appointed following his resignations. 7. Sri D.P. Kaitan, Sri T.T. Krishnamachari was appointed following his death. Do you know, during the labor sessions of December 1929, the Indian National Congress demanded complete Swaraj, complete independence from the British. In accordance with these resolutions, 26 January 1930 was celebrated across the entire country as Independence Day for the very first time. To cherish the significance and memory of this historic day in the Indian struggles for freedom, the Constitution was brought into force on 26 January 1950. For this every reason, this day is celebrated as Republic Day. Dr. Ambedkar, Dr. Babu Sahib Ambedkar Constitution's contributions to the drafting committee. Dr. Babu Sahib Ambedkar presented the draft of the Indian Constitution to the President of the Constitutional Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Babu Sahib Ambedkar conducted a comparative study of the institutions of various countries. Furthermore, after conducting an in-depth study of this report submitted by all the committees of the Constituent Assembly, he prepared the draft and presented it before the Assembly. Each provision with a draft, which this draft was discussed in a great detail. During these discussions, Dr. Babu Sahib Ambedkar completely shouldered the responsibility of answering the questions and addressing the doubts raised by the members of the Constitutional Assembly. They successfully completed the crucial task of incorporating amendments into the draft constitutions in accordance with the suggestions made by the Constitutional Assembly. Therefore, the finalizing the ultimate draft of the constitutions due to this unparalleled contributions, he is recovered as the architects of the Indian constitutions. Women's members of the Constitutional Assembly. The initial draft of the constitutions prepared by the drafting committee was published in February 1948 and subsequently subjected to discussion. Various subjects were deliberated upon with the Constitutional Assembly. Decisions regarding the majority of the provisions were arrived at unanimously. The proceedings of the Constitutional Assembly spanned a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days from 9th December 1946 to 25th November 1949. During the tenures of the Constitution Assembly, 53,000 people witnessed the proceeding first-handed by observing from the visitors' gallery. The members of the Constitutional Assembly signed the copy of the Constitution on 24th January 1950. The original Constitution consisted of the preamble 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. Seventh one, on 26th November 1949, the Constitution Assembly adopted the entire Constitution. Consequently, 26th November is celebrated as Constitution's Day. 26 January 1950 was designated as the day of the implementations of the Constitution. Therefore, we celebrated this day as Republic Day. Following the creations of the Constitution, the Constituent Assembly functioned as Indians' interim parliament from 26th January 1950 until the first general elections were held in 1952. Original Constitution's handwritten manuscript in English language Prem Bahari Narin Rajda. Original Constitution's handwritten manuscript in Hindi language Vasant Krishna Vaidya. Decorations of both manuscript Acharya Nandalal Bose. The answer of the question, the body responsible for making law, legislature. Explanation. The legislature is the branch of the government that makes and passes law. Second one, the permanent chairman, president of the Constitutional Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Explanation. He was elected as the permanent president of the Constitutional Assembly on 11th December 1946. Third one, the architect of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Explanations. As chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. Ambedkar played the leading role in preparing and finalizing the Constitution. Hence, he is known as the architect of the Indian Constitution. Question number 2. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Constitutional Assembly Rules Committee, Steering Committee. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Drafting Committee. Jawaharlal Nehru Union Power Committee. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's Fundamental Rights and Minorities Committee. Constitution. A constitution is the supreme set of fundamental law, rules and principles that govern a country. It defines the powers of the government, protects the rights of citizens, and ensures justice, equality, liberty, and orderly administration. Question number 2, Drafting Committee. Drafting Committee was the most important committee of the Constitutional Assembly. It was formed on 29th August 1947 under chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Its main task was to prepare the final draft of the Constitution based on the reports of various committees. Question number 4. Write your opinion on why every country needs a constitution. Every country needs a constitution because of it provides the basics law and the rules for governing the nation. It protects the rights and the freedoms of citizens, limits and the powers of the governments, ensures justice and equality, and help maintain peace, order and democracy. Question number 5. Your actions, what would you do? Generally, a distinction is made between the task mean for boys and task means for girls. What would you do to explain the constitutional value of equality? Your action. The answer of these questions, I would explain that boys and girls are equal and should be given the same opportunities and responsibilities. I would encourage everyone to share all kinds of tasks equally without gender discriminations and treat everyone with respect and fairness as guaranteed by the Constitutions of India. Thanking you. And thank you one more time. Any doubt, please put the comment box. And thank you very much.